Today is the last part of systems, so we're doing elimination, but with a little bit trickier problems. So elimination, same steps as last time, but we're really gonna have to make sure to do steps 1 and steps 2 before we do the rest. Okay, so in example, the directions, we're going to solve, identify the solution. Some of you guys are still not doing that, and you need to check the solution algebraically. Again, some of you guys are not doing that, so you're not getting full credit. Make sure you read the comments on your slides so that you can get your feedback and then resubmit if you're within the time limit. Okay. So next up is I want to look to make sure step 1, we're going to make sure that our equations are in ax plus by form, so standard form. Okay, so I'm looking, my x's are in the first spot, plus my y's, I have my equal signs, and then my constants. So that's step number 1. Step number 2 is to verify that we have the leading coefficients are the same. So I have 8 in the x's, I have 8 and 6 and 14 and -7. So I need to multiply each equation by a number. They can be different numbers, okay? So just like last week, I'm going to multiply the top equation by something and the bottom equation by something. I can see that in the x's or the y's, that if I multiply the bottom equation by 2, that's going to give me -14, which will, when I add vertically, will cancel out the y's. So the top equation I'm going to multiply by 1. The bottom equation I'm going to multiply by 2. So I get 8x plus distribute, and also to the equal sign part, okay, is equal to 4. The bottom equation, 2 times -6 is -12x, minus 2 times -7 is 14y. 2 times -10 is -20. Okay. Then we add these together. So that's step number 2 here is the multiplying. Step number 3 is to add. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add these up. I get 8 plus -12 gives me -4x. 14y minus 14y gives me 0y. And then 4 plus -20 gives me -16. Okay, step 4 is to, let's see, make sure I'm doing these, add vertically. Step 4 is to solve for the to solve for the first variable. So my 0y goes away. I get -4x is equal to -16. Then divide by -4. Make sure you show me all your steps. If you are not showing me all your steps, then you will not get credit on your assignment. Okay? Divide, x is equal to 4. All right, we're going to save that for later. We're going to go to step 5, take one of the original equations. Let's take the top one since it has the most positive signs. So I have 8x plus 14y is equal to 4. And we're substituting in the 4 for the x. So 8 times 4 plus 14y is equal to 4. I'm going to go ahead and multiply to give me 8 times 4 is 32. Plus 14y is equal to 4. Subtract 32 from both sides, again showing my work at every step. So I bring down the 14y is equal to -28. Okay, next the 14 is multiplying by the y, so divide by 14. Y is equal to -2. All right, so I have step number 6 is the solution. I have one solution at x comma y, and my x is 4, my y is -2. Last part is to check. Okay, so I have from the original, I have 8x plus 14y is equal to 4, and negative 6x minus 7y is equal to negative 10. We are going to check the x as 4 and the y as negative 2. All right, here we go. So 8 times 4 plus 14 times negative 2 is equal to 4. And then negative 6 times 4 minus 7 times negative 2 is equal to negative 10. All right, simplify. 8 times 4, 32. 14 times negative 2 is negative 28 is equal to negative 4. Write that a little clearer. Okay, make sure you're writing clearly so I can read your work. Okay, especially since I can't hear you, I have to be able to read it. Okay, so I now, actually, this is a positive 4. See what happens when you don't have neat work? It's hard to read. Okay, so 32 minus 28 is 4, and that equals 4. That verifies. Okay, next one. I get negative 6 times 4 is negative 24. Negative 7 times negative 2 gives me positive 14, and that should equal negative 10. All right, add these together. I end up with negative 10 equals negative 10. Verifies, so my solution is 4, negative 2. If these are not equal, you're going to have to go back and redo the problem. Okay, example number 2. Step 1, are we in the correct form? Yes, our constants are there, our y's are in the same place, and our x's are in the same order with our equal signs also lined up. Okay, so step 1 is accomplished. Step number 2 would be to get the same coefficients for x or y. So I notice that 16 and 8, that if I multiply the 8 by 2, the negative 8 by 2, I'm going to get negative 16, which is going to cancel out my x. So top equation, I'm going to multiply by 1. Bottom equation, I am going to multiply by 2. Same as last time. That's convenient. Okay. So I get this top stays the same. 16x minus 10y is equal to 10. The bottom, distribute. I get negative 16x. 2 times 5 gives me plus 10y. And then 2 times 6 gives me 12. All right, so that's step number 2 is getting our common multipliers. And now step 3, we're going to add. So 16x plus negative 16x gives me 0x. 10x plus negative 10y plus 10y gives me 0y. And then 10 plus 12 gives me 22. So what I really have is the x's and the y's eliminate, giving me just 0 is equal to 22. So no variables. And does the statement make sense? So statement is false. So we have no solution. Meaning, what does the graph look like? The graph looks like parallel lines. These are same slope, different y-intercepts. Okay, so no solution. All right, example number 3. All right, order. We check our order. All right, the x's are in order, the y's are in order, the constants are in order. The equal signs are in order, the operators are in order. All right, so step 1 is complete. Step number 2, we need to multiply by something. Okay, this time I have, in the yellow, I have 3 and 5. So I can't just multiply 3 by 2 to get 5. I can't multiply 5 by 2 to get 3. The blue, same thing. I can't multiply the 2 by 2 to give me 5, or the 5 by 2 to give me 2. But I can multiply the top equation and the bottom equation by each other. So I'm going to eliminate the y's. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and eliminate the y's. I'm trying to get to the same multiplier, so I'm going to go ahead and multiply the top equation by 5, because I see that 5 times negative 2 is going to give me negative 10. And the bottom equation I'm going to multiply by negative 2 because I want a positive 10 in the y. You get to choose whatever number you want for the x or the y, okay? And then the top equation or the bottom equation, they can be different numbers to multiply by. All right, so the top, distribute. 5 times 3x gives me 15x, so I'm buying 5 times as much stuff, basically. 5 times negative 2y gives me negative 10y, and then 5 times 2 gives me 10. In the bottom equation, negative 2 times 5x gives me negative 10x. Negative 2 times negative 5 gives me positive 10y. And that equals, make sure you double your cost at the end too. So negative 2 times 10 gives me negative 20. All right, step number 3, we're adding these up. So 15, okay, in the yellow, 15x minus 10x gives me positive 5x. Blue, negative 10y plus 10y gives me 0y. Purple, 10 minus 20 gives me negative 10. We're solving for our variable, so 0y's. We're going to rewrite this as 5x is equal to negative 10. We can go ahead and divide by 5 on both sides, again showing your work. Okay, so I now have the value of 1x is equal to negative 2. All right, step number 5. Use one of the originals. I would use one of the originals. So either that one or that one. So 3x minus 2y is equal to 2, or 5x minus 5y is equal to 10. Let's use the 5x minus 5y is equal to 10. And we're substituting in negative 2 for x. So 5 times negative 2 minus 5y is equal to 10. So my y should be left because I'm solving for y. We need that unknown. Okay, so I add 10 to both sides. Staying neat, showing my work. 10 plus 10 is 20. Negative 5 times y, so to undo the times, we're going to divide. And I get the value of 1y is equal to negative 4. All right, so I have for my step number 6, my solution. I have one solution at negative 2 comma negative 4, and I need to check my work. Okay, so I have 3x minus 2y is equal to 2, and the other original equation is 5x minus 5y is equal to 10. We are checking the x as negative 2 and the y as negative 4. Let's see what happens. 3 times negative 2 minus 2 times negative 4 is equal to 2. Okay, we're going to go ahead and multiply. 3 times negative 2 gives me negative 6. Negative 2 times negative 4 gives me a positive 8, and that should equal 2. When I simplify negative 6 plus 8, that gives me 2. And look at that, it equals 2. We verify. All right, but now we have to verify the other equation. So 5 times negative 2 minus 5 times negative 4 is equal to 10. All right, again, let's verify. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. 5 times negative 4 is positive 20 is equal to 10. Okay, bring down my 10 on my right side. On the left side, negative 10 plus 20 gives me positive 10. Again, verified. So I can go back and be like, negative 2 comma negative 4 is the solution to my system. It means that if I have a set of lines, the intersection point is going to be at -2, -4. Remember that point of intersection from some solving by graphing. All right, here we go. Next up, step 1, are we in order? Okay, my x's are in order, my y's are in order, my constants are in order. I'm going to double check to make sure the equal signs are lined up as well. So step 1, we're in order. Step number 2 is to get a common multiplier. So, or a common, for x or y. So do you want to eliminate the x or do you want to eliminate the y? Personally, I want to eliminate the y because I can see that if I multiply the top equation by 3, when I multiply 3 times 4, I get 12y. Then when I multiply the bottom equation by 2, 2 times 6 is going to give me 12y. So now since both the signs are positive, I'm going to make the bottom multiplied by -2. You can do either the top or the bottom. It doesn't matter. Okay, so let's go ahead and distribute. So 3 times 5x gives me 15x. And then 3 times 4y is 12y. And then 3 times -14, let's just make sure I do this right. 3 times 14 is 42. So it's going to be a -42 because a positive times a negative gives me a negative. All right, -2 times 3x gives me -6x. -2 times 6y gives me -12y. And -2 times 6 gives me -12. Step number 3. Let's go ahead and add. So 15x minus 6x gives me 9x, positive 9x. And then 12x minus 12y minus 12y gives me 0y. Sorry about that. All right. And lastly, -42 minus 12 gives me -54. Okay. So step number 4, we're going to solve for x. I get 9x is equal to -54. 9 times x, so I'm going to use division to get x by itself, or give me 1x. So -54 divided by 9 gives me -6. All right, step number 5 is to use one of the original equations. Let's go ahead and use the bottom one. 3x plus 6y is equal to 6. Okay, and we're plugging in -6 in for x. So 3 times -6 plus 6y is equal to 6. Okay, 3 times -6 gives me -18, plus 6y is 6. Then we're going to isolate the y, so we're going to add 18 to both sides. Keeping things balanced, neat, organized. Okay, 6 plus 18 gives me 24. Then I'm going to divide by 6 on both sides to get 1y. So 1y is equal to 4. All right, so we're almost done. Let's zoom out. Number 6, the solution is at the ordered pair of -6, 4. So again, it means that the lines are going to cross at -6, 4. But now we're just going to check our work. Okay, so 5x plus 4y is equal to -14. And 3x plus 6y is equal to 6. Okay, using the ordered pair, -6 and 4. Okay, so 5 times -6 plus 4 times 4 gives me -14. Okay, simplify. -30 plus 16 is equal to -14. negative 30 plus 16 gives me negative 14. So negative 14 is equal to negative 14. Verified. All right, the second equation, 3 times negative 6 plus 6 times 4 gives me 6. 3 times 6 is negative 18 plus 24. 6 times 4 gives me, that is a 4. Again, staying neat, is equal to 16. It's equal to 6, excuse me. All right, so we get negative 18 plus 24 gives me 6 is equal to 6. So that means that we had the correct solution and we don't have to go back. And that's okay. Okay, so go ahead and get your stuff in before Monday at noon so I can give you some feedback and then you can resubmit. If you get it in after Monday at noon, then that's your final score. Unless you email me and let me know. Okay? Thank you. Bye.